Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to do some market research. This is what we do. This is what works for us. So we just wanted to pass this on to you and kind of open your eyes to how we do it. And it's actually a lot simpler than you think. So if you've built it up to that this is going to be a huge deal and it's going to be a big thing, while it is important, it is really, really simple. But before we get into how I'm going to show you guys some market research, you have to understand a little bit about how Facebook does its targeting. So I'm just going to open this up and show you guys a little bit about how the targeting actually works. So as you can see here, it says add demographics, interests, or behaviors. So there's three types of targeting on Facebook. So let's say, for example, we're doing weight loss. So if I just type in weight loss, it's going to give me a whole bunch of suggestions. But I want you to pay attention to, on the side here, it says interests. So for Facebook to sort people into an interests category, these people had to have clicked on some sort of a weight loss page on Facebook, or they had to actually go to a weight loss related website, because Facebook pulls data from a ton of different sources. They actually put a cookie on your computer that tracks absolutely everything that you do. So all of its users are super cookied, and they're tracking exactly all of your movements on the internet. So if you have, if you're typing in weight loss into Google a bunch, or if you're going to a bunch of weight loss related pages, Facebook is going to sort you into the group that says, weight loss is an interest of yours. So now if we go to browse, you can see demographics here. So demographics is something that you kind of put about yourself on your Facebook page. So if you go education level, doctorate degree. So these are people that have voluntarily put into their Facebook stats, like their Facebook page, like, Jim Morrison is doctorate degree level education. They've actually input that when they're creating their Facebook page. So people classify themselves to Facebook, and that's what demographics is. So if we just get out of education there, so let's see, financial, income, people actually put their their income level on Facebook as well. So you can see household income within the top 25 to 50% of all US zip codes. A lot of these demographics are actually only in the US. So Facebook doesn't actually pull data from a bunch of other sources worldwide. So if you're targeting outside the US, you're probably going to be limited when it comes to demographics. So let's kind of move on. They do life events, so away from family, like away from hometown, so how long they've been moved away from their hometown, stuff like that. If they're in a long distance relationship, over here you can see the size as well. So there's 10 million people right now for the geolocation that I've targeted, which is like worldwide, I think, or United States, actually, it's just the US. So there's 10 million people for that actual demographic targeting. So where was I? Life events, away from hometown, long distance relationship. Yeah, so like there's 10 million people that said that they're in a long distance relationship right now. So these are people that have announced this stuff to Facebook. They have, I'm newly engaged, recently moved, just had a baby, that type of stuff, birthday month, upcoming birthday. So there's just a ton of stuff where people will classify themselves on Facebook, and you can just target this. So then there's behaviors. So this is outside data. So Facebook has collected this from other data sources. They buy this data from third-party companies and stuff like that. So they can see your digital activities. So console gamers, for example, 61 million people in the US have considered themselves, or have been considered, because they actually, have bought console games or whatever, and then Facebook buys this data and they put it on the platform. So Facebook, this one comes from within Facebook, obviously, Facebook payment users. So these are people who actually use the Facebook payment system, which means they put their credit card inside of Facebook. So Facebook has this data as well. This usually just means that they buy a lot of stuff online. So these ones are pretty decent, actually. Facebook page admins. So this is pretty much business owners on Facebook. So if you've got a sports related page, or you're an admin, you're an employee of a sports related page, you're going to be called in this demographic. So you have expats. You've just got a ton of stuff in here, but all I wanted to show you guys pretty much is that there's behaviors, there's interests, and there's demographics. So demographics is I've sorted myself into this category willingly. Interests is Facebook has cookied me, and Facebook's seen all of my activities everywhere online, and so it's lumped me into a category. And then behaviors are data from outside sources that Facebook has bought. So I hope that makes sense. So now what I'm going to move on to is doing a little bit of targeting and showing you guys natural versus unnatural targets. So we're not going to get into any targeting strategies, but I just want to explain to you guys how people normally do targets and how you guys are going to do targeting as well, so that you get the most bang for your buck and really train your pixel up right. Because this is what it's really about in the targeting. It's training your pixel. So what most people do when they get started out, so let's stick with the weight loss example. So they'll type in weight loss. I want to target people who want to lose weight. So you'll see here that Facebook is going to give you your natural targets, meaning it's just stuff that's, if you strung the words together in the same sentence, they make sense. So weight loss, fitness and wellness, there's 26 million people that have been on weight loss pages and all that jazz. So they're lumped into this category. So what a lot of people will do is, okay, I'm running a weight loss offer. I'm just going to target this. I think the other one's better. This one. Yeah, okay. So as you can see over here, you got your potential reach. So come on. You got your potential reach. So what you're going to want to do is you want to make sure that there's a lot of people in your potential reach. Because if you don't, then your audience size is going to be really, really small, and you're not going to be able to scale it too well. So just, you want to make sure that you have over like 1 million people in here, even over 500,000 people, because getting under that, it's pretty much just comes down to pixel training. Like if you're really wanting to do some unnatural targets with your pixel, you would do some that are smaller. So like this, for example. But anyway, so what a lot of people are going to do is they'll just take the absolute easiest path. And if you guys have been on our webinar and seen me explain this, this is how you get kind of clogged up in the auction with a bunch of other people bidding for the exact same traffic, because they've all trained their pixel to just go to the path of least resistance. So you'll all end up in the same auction because your pixel thinks that, you know, the best buyers are in here because that's how you trained it. So what we like to do is, yes, we do train our pixels on natural interests. So health and wellness, that's another good one. People who are into health and wellness probably want to lose weight, right? But if we only train our pixel on the natural interests, it's going to end up in those clogged up auctions. So this is what we do. So we go over to audience insights. So to get to audience insights, you just click on the little hamburger up here and then go to audience insights right here. So what we would do is over here, you see you have all of your targeting, just like over here. You can plug in everything that you have over here to over here. So for weight loss, the best audience tends to be women, just because that's just a thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to target women because I know that I want to target weight loss, and then I'm going to target weight loss. So just type in the natural target over here, and then it's going to give you stats on what type of people actually fall under this category. So from here, you can see a bunch of extra data, and you can just learn a lot about who your target audience actually is. So for example, we have a relationship status. So 62% of people who want to lose weight, of women who want to lose weight, actually, because I've only selected women, 62% are married. So if you can see down here, married. Engaged, 3%, only 3% of people who are engaged want to lose weight and fall under this category, according to Facebook. So 62% of people are in college. Now, this stuff is just for doing some market research. This is not to be taken as gospel because people's statuses and stuff kind of just get left. So if your relationship status is married and then you got divorced, you know, maybe some people just don't care about Facebook and they're not going to change it. So maybe some people haven't been on Facebook since they were in college. So maybe they graduated from college and they're, you know, out of college and they just didn't change that. So don't take it as gospel, but it's just a good kind of bit of information that you can have. So what do we do with all this at the end of the day? So you can see, so women 18 plus that are interested in weight loss that got lumped into this category because their browser history are usually working in administrative services in 31% of the case. So that's something that you could plug into Facebook. For example, you could go over here and then just type in administrative services. So this is a demographic. So people have sorted themselves into this category. So we've got 650,000 women. I've got 40 to 65 plus, so I'm just going to change that to 18. And I've actually got men on there, so that's why that audience is smaller than I thought. Okay, so we've got 4,000 women that have told Facebook that their job title is in administrative services. So these are the type of things that if you run this interest to your current funnel and you let the pixel make some sales in this audience, it's going to expand the pixel's mind to just different types of people that are out there who don't necessarily fall under the category of just basic weight loss, who will still buy your product. So this is one of the things that really sets us apart from a lot of marketers out there, from a lot of, you know, newbie in our opinion marketers who just don't do stuff like this because their pixel becomes one dimensional as a result of this and just gets smoked in the auction. So another thing that we can do is you go back over here. So administrative services. So obviously you can type in any of these job titles. Probably wouldn't want to do the lower ones like legal services because it's 4%. You kind of just want to snipe the best ones out of audience insights and then teach your pixel on that. Because, you know, government employees, 2%, like you're not going to get too much bang for your buck out of here. You don't really want it looking here anyway because it's, you know, only 2%. So another thing that you can do is if you scroll up, you can go to page likes. So women that are interested in weight loss, 18 plus, like pages like this. So the category would be clothing store here. So let's say zappos.com. And then you take that and you plug this over here. So zappos.com. And then, so this is 5,800. So we don't want that. That's employers. So this additional interest. So Zappos. So remove administrative services. And this is 3.8 million women 18 plus that are interested in weight loss. This is the #1 category that's into this interest in your audience insights. And nobody would have thought of this. You know, you wouldn't have thought of searching for zappos.com and adding that as an interest, and most marketers will not either. So if you train your pixel to find all of the buyers within Zappos, well, not all of them, but get some purchases within Zappos, its mind will be expanded to what's out there when it's actually choosing which auction to enter. So your results will be a lot better because you're going to be bidding on traffic that not very many other people are going to be bidding on. So let's go back and plug something else in. And just like I said before, you guys, like you don't want to go down here to 50 or like 40 and just do these because it's number 40, you know, it's number 40 in line. You just want to take kind of the best ones. Like you can go down here and maybe try some of these, or you can take this to Facebook and find, not Facebook, but Google and find similar ones. So if we just go up here, Southern Living. So this might be an option that you guys can find some other stuff, but this is really reaching. So we don't typically go to Google too much unless we don't really understand what something is. So for example, I have no idea what the slow roasted Italian author is. I have no idea. So I'm going to go on here and maybe I would explore their website. So I'm just going to click on here, slow roasted Italian. Okay, so this is a cookbook apparently, because there's a bunch of cookbooks on here. So the slow roasted Italian is an Italian cookbook. So I know that now, and I can actually make sense of this when I'm plugging it in. So I can decide, do I want to actually plug this in to my weight loss targeting? Would it make sense that people that buy Italian cookbooks are going to want to lose weight? Tends to be a lot of carbs in pasta. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense that if you eat Italian food all the time, you're going to want to lose weight. So I would probably take this and plug this in because, it's logical. So the slow roasted Italian, it's not in here. Or let's try slow roasted Italian maybe. See, and sometimes this is what happens as well. You'll find something on Audience Insights and you plug it in over in your suggestions and you can't actually target it. So that's another reason why we're jumping back and forth between Audience Insights and the suggestions, is because just sometimes it's just not there. So let's plug something else in. So there's a bunch of different things on here. See, like a furniture store, IKEA, discount store, TV show. So there's just a bunch of fresh ideas. Let's see, page likes. So you can see actual pages on here. Now, pages are sometimes hard to find in your suggestions. Medical medium. Let's try this one. Medical medium. There you go. So who would have thought of targeting medical medium, which is a Facebook page for women who are interested in weight loss, and it's actually number 3. So it's relevance number 3, right? So this is probably a really good one to train your audience on, or train your pixel on rather, because it's just super relevant. Facebook has found that people who like this page are interested in weight loss. So I hope you guys are starting to see how powerful it can be to actually go on to the Audience Insights and just snoop around and find a bunch of stuff that's related to your interest, and then plugging it in to train your pixel. Because what most people do is they'll just go down the list, I'll just do Dr. Oz show, and then they'll duplicate this, and then they'll do, all right, hit suggestions again, Women's Health Magazine, makes sense, good enough. And they'll just keep going down the list and down the list. And then, yeah, they're going to train their pixel on all of these, but they're never, ever going to see any of these. So when your pixel meets their pixel in the auction, if you've done it our way, you're going to absolutely smash them. So, and you're going to get the good buyer traffic, and you're going to be able to enter way cheaper auctions. So you can do, this is just for weight loss, by the way. So you can do a bunch of other interests in there. So you can do like physical fitness. So women who are into physical fitness, and you'll have this whole thing is going to be completely different. So comedian, Heatherland, cosmetics, Sephora. So that might be a good one. You never know. And it's all about testing, guys. At the end of the day, Sephora's huge. So 73 million. So at the end of the day, though, it's all about testing. It's all about testing and training your pixel. So I hope I've communicated that effectively. This is a really excellent way to do your market research and train your pixel. And this applies to any niche, any vertical. This is just how we do it. And if you don't do it this way and your results are kind of subpar because you've only just targeted the natural audiences, well, now you know why. So to summarize for you guys, what we want you to do is, first off, you want to start at the most natural targets. So you want to get that low-hanging fruit, because weight loss is an interest targeting for a reason. It's because people who are interested in weight loss have been lumped into that group by Facebook. So I just don't want you guys thinking that you're supposed to go to Audience Insights and just target a whole bunch of weird stuff, and then that's just going to be the secret to having just a really dominant pixel, because it's not. So what you guys should be doing is seasoning your pixel with the conventional weight loss style, just weight loss interest. But in order to have a well-rounded pixel, you should also be going to audience insights and then peppering in some unnatural targets as well, just so that your pixel seasons and learns properly so that it's not one-dimensional. Okay, so that's pretty much what we're trying to communicate to you in this video, and the whole point of this training is to not build a one-dimensional pixel. So hit the low-hanging fruit first and then sprinkle in some audience insights targeting. Okay, so use this trick, guys. This is not something that too many people do. I've actually never coached a student that has done this on their own. So if that goes to show you how little people actually know about this, you guys are on the inside fast track here with this strategy. So definitely use this.